Hi all, I am K. Surya working as Assistant Professor in the Department of ECE at SNS College of Technology. So in this video, let us see about clamper circuits. A clamper is an electronic circuit which produces an output similar to the input but with a slight shift in the DC level. So the output of the clamper is an exact replica of an input, only that's just the position of the input will get changed at the output. The peak to peak amplitude of the output of a clamper will be always equal to that of the input's peak to peak amplitude. So there will not be any change in the signal amplitude and time period. Only the signal will get shifted either upwards or downwards. Clampers are used to introduce or restore the DC level of the input signal at the output. There are two types of op-amp based clampers based on the DC shift of the input. One is the positive clamper and other one is the negative clamper. So this is a circuit diagram of a positive clamper. So a positive clamper is a clamper circuit that produces an output in such a way that the input signal gets shifted vertically by a positive DC value. So the circuit comprises of a diode which is connected at the output of the op amp in the forward bias condition, and the negative of the diode is connected to the input voltage Vn along with the capacitor. The reference voltage V reference is connected to the non-inverting terminal of the op amp, and the input voltage is connected to the inverting terminal of the op amp. So we'll see the working of the positive clamper. So here the V reference is applied to the positive terminal. So for the positive reference voltage, the V dash will be positive and the diode will get forward biased. The circuit operates as a voltage follower and we'll get the output V naught is equal to V reference. So if Vi is given as Vm sine omega t applied to the negative input terminal, then during the negative half cycle, the diode will get conducted because the negative terminal of the diode is connected to the input. The diode will become reverse biased and it will start to conduct, which makes the capacitor to charge through the diode to the negative peak value Vm. During the positive half cycle, the diode will get reverse bias and the capacitor will retain the previous voltage Vm. So the output voltage will be equal to Vi plus Vm. The total output voltage will be V reference plus Vi plus Vm. So the resistor is used for protecting the op amp against excessive discharge from the capacitor C1, especially when the DC voltages are switched. So this is the waveform of an positive clamper. So here the V reference value is the positive value. So the first one is the input waveform and the second one is the output waveform. So the output is shifted to the V reference value as shown in the second diagram. Just the position of the output is shift signal of the output signal is shifted. The input and the output signals are the same as shown here in the diagram. Next one is the negative clamper. So it is a circuit that produces an output in such a way that the input signal gets shifted vertically by a negative DC value. So the difference between the positive clamper and the negative clamper here is the diode is connected in the reverse manner when compared to the positive clamper, and the V reference value is controlled by the minus VEE, whereas in the positive clamper it is connected to plus VCC. So here also the V reference value is connected to the positive or non-inverting terminal of the op amp, and the input is connected to the inverting terminal of the op amp. So here the operation is similar to that of a positive clamper. So when the reference voltage is negative here, then the diode will get forward bias and the output voltage will be set to the reference voltage. Then when we apply an input signal Vin during the positive half cycle, the diode will start to conduct and the capacitor will charge up to the peak value of the input. So the output will be Vi plus Vm. When the negative half cycle of the input is given, the diode will become reverse biased and the capacitor will store the previous peak value Vm already which is stored there. So the total output will be Vi plus Vm plus the V reference value which is already got at the output. So this is the output waveform for a negative clamper. So here the V reference value is negative value minus V reference. So the input signal gets shifted downwards up to the V reference value as shown here. So hope you understood the working of a clamper. Let us take up some assessment questions. An op-amp clamper circuit is also referred to as, the options are DC cutter, DC inserter, DC lifter and DC leveler. Yes, the answer is DC inserter. A circuit with a predetermined DC level is added to the output voltage of the op-amp is called, the options are clamper, positive clipper, half-wave rectifier and none of them mentioned. Yes, the answer is clamper. Thank you for watching this video.